Hi everyone, this is Angela, and in this tutorial I'm going to walk you through and give you a brief overview of some of the features in Google Drawings. Google Drawings is actually one of the relatively new apps in the Google Suite, and it's great for creating diagrams, logos, timelines, concept maps, algebra problems, and definitely can be used in a math classroom to promote collaborative math problem solving, or in a science classroom to promote the collaborative creation of different science diagrams. So definitely a useful tool. And I'll just start off by showing you some of the features. So most of your features that you will probably use on a regular basis you can find right here on this toolbar. And so you can create various different types of lines, arrows, an elbow connector, which will look like that, curved connector, which gives you the ability to curve your lines. The curve feature just makes the vertices become curves, gives you, again, just one more app or feature that facilitates different shapes that can be created by your students or by yourself. Polyline gives you the ability to create shapes together. And then there's the scribble tool, which I'm currently using a mouse pad. So I have actually found it a little bit challenging to use this, just because you really have to make sure you're pressing down. But if you're using a tablet or even a detached mouse, it's probably a little bit easier to do that. But could be very useful, again, for the math solving. So if they're collaboratively working together, they can use this really like a regular notepad, which is great. So those are the lines. There's also various shapes, which you'll probably want to have a look at on your own time. Arrows, callouts, which can be used in case you want to have your students do a one or two different squared comic with different dialogue being included, could be very useful, especially in a language class. And then there's an equation section, so all the different math symbols, which would be useful in math class. And so I'll just show you some of the features. I'll pick a triangle and obviously if I want to change the shape I can go to our fill color and let's make it red. If I want to change the color of the line around, just go into this tab here and I'll make it blue. Maybe I want that line to be a little thicker, so I can change the thickness of it. So I'm sure you can imagine that the shapes here are endless that you can create for math problems or having them work together to create shapes and play around with that. Might also add a happy face in here. And if I want to make that yellow and change the thickness, there we go. I can overlay it. I can rotate. Let's rotate this one actually. If I rotate my triangle back and forth, I can move it the same way. So actually you'll find students find it pretty easy to figure this out because a lot of the same features you would move it around the same way that you would in a Microsoft Word document. So it's pretty user friendly that way. Also, I have next to the shapes, I have a text box. So click in hello. I can make that bigger and make it bold, italic, change the color. I can also add some images. So you can upload an image directly from your computer. You can take a snapshot. You can search or insert, copy and paste a URL, search your own albums. It's going to naturally link to that, which is kind of neat. You can search your Google Drive. You can even do a Google search. So if you put that in and you want to look up happy feet. And then select and just insert that right in. Perfect. So those are the main features that you'll find here. You can also insert hyperlink, comments. There's different image options. You can make it more transparent so that it seems like it's part of the back. You can make it brighter, adjust the contrast, so you can edit that image, of course. And you also have the ability, so if your students were creating this together, to make comments. So they can comment here and say, why did we add a picture of happy feet? That wasn't part of the task. And then once that gets resolved, we can resolve that and get rid of that picture, which did not belong in this particular task. So hopefully that has walked you through some of the main features. Like I said, they're mostly on this toolbar, but you can also find them in the inserts, and you can format as well. One other thing I'll show you is shaping. So if you want to center that on the page as horizontally or rotate it clockwise, you can do it automatically using the Arrange tool up here.